So Walker, we have done the search. We've hopefully talked with brokers. We've talked maybe privately with attorneys and financial advisors, and other people may find an off market, but eventually they may come back to a broker, et cetera. Now we've done the analysis, and now we're having that sort of buyer seller meeting.
Okay.
And you got to be able to convince the seller that you're the right person to take on their baby. And so talk through that whole process.
Yeah. So look, I think that, you know, when I raised capital, I'll say it present tense, there's a certain entrepreneur investor dynamic that goes like this. You know, I come in and, you know, I show you my pitch deck, and, you know, I'm showing you like, hey, here's the opportunity. Here's the thing that we're doing. Here's why we're the right people to execute. Here's why it's going to work and how much money it's going to be worth in the future. And like today, if you invest, then you can get in at this valuation. And like, by the way, it's soft committed. So like, if you could kind of hurry up, that'd be great, because I think I can get you in real quick, right? It's this kind of like, and when you're the investor, you kind of have to sit back, you know, with kind of a critical, you know, with sort of a critical approach to what you're getting pitched, okay? Because most of these startup companies aren't going to make it, right? And you have to sort of say like, do I believe that this team can execute? Do I believe that this opportunity is worth pursuing? Do I believe that this product solves a real problem? Okay, and it is the cautious investor that is successful. Okay, what I saw when I first started getting into the business buying world was that most of the buyers were going in with a investor mindset. Okay, and they were sort of treating it the same way, as if like they were kind of expecting the seller to kind of come in and do a dog and pony show and pitch them on like why they should be buying the business. Okay, and you and I both know it's quite the opposite. The seller is sitting on usually a cash flowing machine. Okay, usually something that, you know, they've put in a lot of time to, whether that be as little as like 4 years or as many as 35. Okay, you know, it's put probably all their kids through college, right? And it's just a cash machine, and they run a business. And like, can I cuss on this?
Sure.
They don't give a shit if you buy it or not, right? I mean, even if they want to exit, right? It's sort of like, I don't care. Like, I need the right person, okay? Like
Right.
If there's not the right person, it's sort of like going on a date. It's like, yeah, I might really want a date, but like, it's got to be the right person, right? You can't just like throw me any, you know. So it's like, it's quite the opposite. And you know, when you go in, look, I mean, you need it to be genuine. Okay. But what I learned when I was going through it was, and I bought companies actively for 10 years in many different industries and all the rest of it. What I learned was the first thing I would do is I would walk in and I would just praise them on what they built. Like, it was like, what you have done here is like totally incredible. Okay. Because it is. They've created something from nothing. And anyone who's tried to do it knows it's completely impossible to succeed at that. Like, you know, it's just really hard. And so to get something that's viable, that's successful, that has all of these things is, you know, first of, you know, it's just, it's incredible that they did it. And so rather than going in and being like, okay, pitch, it's sort of like, wow, you've like really succeeded here. Then it really needs to go into selling the seller on why you're the right buyer. Again, please be genuine. Don't like use, this is like the Force, like don't use it for the dark side to like manipulate, but it's sort of like, hey, this is what I bring to the table. This is what I like about your business. Like this, you know, you know, don't crush them with your like, you know, vision of the future on hello, but it's sort of like, you need to really be engaged. And the best buyers, they kind of emit a, you know, confidence and speed to closing. Like, it's like, I like this, you know, assuming assuming everything that's presented to me is true, I'm ready to move forward. You know, when I decide, I'm going to make a go or no go decision quickly. And then once we get into diligence, like, trust me, when I make you an offer, I just want to get it closed. And I'm not saying don't do diligence. I'm just saying you need to say, like, if I make this decision, I really am going to close. And by the way, I want you to think that I'm the right guy to do this. And I really want to carry your torch and your legacy and do you justice once it's mine. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, and I would just add to that, and I know this is probably a common mistake, and we can touch on this in the end, but in that first meeting, when you're meeting with a potential seller, don't say, I'm really looking forward to meeting with your employees right after the letter of intent. That will have your letter of intent rejected immediately. There's a time and a place, and at a first meeting is not the time to be digging into employees. Trust me, it's the quickest way to get thrown out, regardless of what your offer is.
I mean, you can't ask like, sort of who's doing what's the management structure, like whatever. I mean, like
Yes.
if you're strong in sales and marketing, you might really want an operations person in place. And if it comes in and it turns out the seller's the operations person and they're leaving,
Of
you
course.
know that, yeah, but right, to your point.